In honor of finals being over, I'm gonna buy my first book. Y'all don't know me, but I'm Kendra. I'm a college student. I go to Texas A&M, and this is my first ever YouTube channel of me binding a fan fiction book. I'm a fan fiction girly through and through. I'm talking manacled, auction, breath mints, and battle scars. Doesn't matter if they're all Germani, like, doesn't change the fact. So today, I'm gonna be binding manacled. Attempting to bind, because I've never binded before. And I'm gonna use the printers off of my university, so we're gonna see how that goes. So we're just gonna figure this out together. I found a typeset off of TikTok, and we're just gonna print it, but I'm just going over which version I want. We're here. The campus is so empty. I got to the library with 1 hour and 30 minutes to spare, which honestly is pretty good. So basically my university gives us $30 worth of our tuition to put for like print money. So I'm gonna be using the rest of my print money to print out the fan fiction. I'm low-key kind of scared because the total pages is 1,080 pages. So I don't know if there's gonna be enough like money to pay for this. We're gonna see how much this costs. Cost $37. Well, that was a complete and utter bust. I didn't have enough money. I had to add funds and then it closed. Formatting was all wrong. I had to reformat it and just a bunch of mumbo jumbo. I'm trying not to lose my marbles right now because I like wasted 2 hours of my life, but I'm gonna come back tomorrow morning. So day 2, we're going to the library again. I'm all bundled up because I'm gonna go bike so we can head on over. I made it back to the student computing center. We're here. Okay, so I figured out how to print, and now we're just gonna print. I'm so nervous because I have a limited amount of money. Several hours later, and now a stuffy nose. We're back in my apartment. It was the cold wind going down my esophagus. Yes. Look at her. Ah, she's gorgeous. Also, made a cover page, or not a cover page. Oh, she bent. I made this. But I couldn't make it without the margin, so I don't know if I'm even going to use it because if I cut, it's going to be a little weird in the book. This is like in the beginning of the book, like in the back of the hardcover when you open it, it's like, oh my god, cute. So I also went on TikTok do it and I'm like, I need to do this. But I couldn't take off the margins and it was like 5 minutes till the library closed and I was like, oh my gosh, let me make this. The people working there couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure it out. I made a bunch of copies. The next thing I would do is make the signatures or like fold the signatures. The typeset that I use, it's 9 sheets per signatures. What signatures means is what you grab like 9 sheets and then you fold it, and that's the signature slash booklet, I guess. I think the first ever Germani fan fiction I read was called Dear Draco, and I read it top year of high school, so it was like 4 years ago during COVID. And that's when I became obsessed with like the whole trope of Hermione and Draco. And then going down that rabbit hole, I would search up on TikTok best Germani fanfics, and one of them was manacled or manacled. I've never been able to pronounce it. Anyways, it's like if you really want to heartbreak, if you want to cry, you want to read a book that's gonna like crush your entire soul, read manacled. I became a completely different person after reading this book. Now 4 years later, I want to reread it, but I want to reread it as a book, not on my phone. I'm now realizing that the margins are actual bonkers, and I'm trying not to look at the words because I'm like, if I see a scene, all the memories are going to come rushing back to me and I want to read manacled again for the first time after 4 years. Look at the margins. It's like huge white and then white. Nah, it's fine. It's my first book bind. I'm probably gonna remake it again, like Will I remake it again? I don't know. I'm a big enemies to lovers girl, and I feel like Hermione depicts that so perfectly because they truly are enemies to lovers. It ain't no we hate each other for like 3 seconds and then love each other. No. I want to see true hatred when I want an enemies to lover book. I finished folding all of the signatures. There's a ton. There's so many. I'm so excited though. Look. Let me show you, babes. Y'all, that's great. That's the entire book. That's crazy. Y'all, so we left College Station. We're here at Michael's at a different city, and we're trying to find all the other ingredients that we need to make this book. Okay, they're all here. I can't list them out through my head because I can't think of all of them, but they're here. First that we need to find is chipboard, so let's go do that. I found chipboard. This is not the chipboard that we need. Guys, I just made an amazing discovery. I found chipboard. It's 13 bands, but you know what? It's chipboard. We'll take it. We'll take it. Next, we need a piercing and scoring tool because we need to make accurate holes to sew all of the pieces together. Yes. Next, we're gonna get heat and bond because we're gonna make our own book cloth because when you buy book cloth, it's a lot more expensive and we can't afford that. So we're gonna make our own. So heat and bond it is. We're going to aisle 45, 44, 45. I don't see it. Heat and bond. Secured. Found the two most important ingredients, which is chipboard and heat and bond. We're gonna get other things in other places because Michael's here doesn't really have what I want, so we're just bringing these. Michael's was a success. Thank you, Michael's. Currently 1 minute left of 2024. I think it's already 2025. Check. No. Todavía falta. Check. Someone check. Got the grapes. No. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I'm recording you.
No! I know! You're kidding me. Jeez, I look stupid. My face looks stupid.
Hey, so it's been a month, a microsecond for you, but a month for me. We're finally going to sew these pages together because for some reason I have been putting it off for months now, like 2 months, give or take, but whatever. Winter break is officially over and I'm now in the 3rd week of my 2nd semester of this year. And it's the weekend right now, it's Saturday. And I thought, you know what, let's not rot. Okay, because there's so much going on in this world right now and I need something to take my mind off before I actually lose my mind. I might lose my mind. So I thought, you know what, let's finish this project. Now I'll show you what are the ingredients that we need to sew these together. Thread, needles, cheesecloth. Don't ask me why, you just need it. Elmer's glue, and I found this. It was like $2. It didn't poke the holes for this. Cardstock. This is my roommate's. She's an architecture major. Thank you, Queen. Also her ruler. This you won't need. If you don't have a piercing guide set, that is totally okay. We're balling on a budget here. You can make your own. I used a paper. I'm going to put the measurements on the screen, but basically these 2 indents holds the pages together. For example, like this. So they're completely aligned. Then with these indents, I get my owl scoring tool and I poke holes through it. My signatures are 10 pages per signature, so it's honestly pretty thick. And I was able to do it with an owl. Still gets the job done. This paper, rather than spending money on a piercing guide set tool thing that you don't need. I finally finished poking all the holes in the pages, and this tactic So literally so good, practically almost perfect. 3 hours later, I have started stitching. I did the French stitch. This is what it's looking like. I just wanted to document because I've stitched 1,000 pages and I'm about to do the last signature to stitch. Let's witness this together. We finished. Come look at this beauty because it took me 3 consecutive non-stop hours to finish and I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself. Next, I'm gonna put glue and I'm just gonna press it. I don't own a book press, nor am I gonna buy a book press. So what I'm gonna do to glue all of it together and so it doesn't seep through the spine is we're gonna put cardstock at the bottom, cardstock on the sides, and cardstock on the top. And we're gonna put as many books on top as possible. This is our book press. DIY book press. Next, we're grabbing glue and we're literally just gonna glue this thing. It's officially the next day and my spine has completely hardened. I didn't show you a tutorial on how to stitch the French stitch sew to the spine just because I don't even know if I did it right myself. I just found it on YouTube. And I was like, this seems pretty right. And then the angles that literally every single YouTube video that's showing me how to stitch this was bonkers. So I was like, you know what? Let me just do it. So I did it. I don't know if it's right. That's why I didn't record it. But I did stitch it. Come look at this. This is her in all of her glory. She's pressed. I'm honestly impressed. Now the last step is making the heart cover. Now this is the most tedious. First we have to do is measure. So we're gonna measure everything on this book. Okay, we finally finished cutting it. This is how the measurements are looking. This is the book in the flesh. Yes. The cover is a little bit shorter because we're gonna add a little hinge here so the book could open. Hello. Measuring the spine, I got the measurements of the spine itself plus 3 millimeters because each book board is 1.5 millimeter. So when you add 1.5 plus 1.5, it's 3. So it's spine plus the measurements of the book boards, covers, boom, and it covers everything. And then for height, I got the height of my book plus 7 millimeters, so it overhangs just a little bit. And then measuring the width of this, why it doesn't exactly fit the entire book, I did the measurements of my book minus 3 millimeters because we're gonna add that little hinge here so it can open and close. We're nearing the finish line to this project. The 3 things that you need to make book cloth on a budget. Number 1, 100% cotton cloth. 2, heat and bond. 4, an iron. That's all you need. I'm gonna iron this first so it's straight. So the lines aren't delining, the folds, this. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should put like a shirt under it. Let's experiment. I'm just repressing everything just so everything is stuck together. Guys, it's snowing. We've come to the conclusion of bookbinding this manacled book, and let me show you the finished results. It's not that pretty. But you know, it was a great first bookbind. Will I bookbind again? Absolutely not. No. This itself costed maybe like $50 to do. I underestimated how much this process would cost, but that's not the point. Let's show the finished results. So this is the book. Pretend there's a cover on top. We ran into a couple of issues. One, when you open it, there's a severe gap. So we could not paste it because if I would paste it, I don't know how that would work. So the book is just like this. We have the papers and we have the cover. The cover itself, you know, it's flimsy. It's looking a little rough. It's looking a little beat up. But you know, it's a hardcover. Hey, so that's that. I won't be reading Manacled until I come back from summer break because the semester ended. This entire project took an entire semester to finish and do. I'm leaving for summer break. Like, I finished all my classes. I'm just gonna read this till after summer break because I cannot pack this. I'm already packing 4 books to read. We can't pack this. She will wait. She will be in her little book nook. But that is the end of this YouTube video. I'm leaving back to my hometown. That's all the stuff that I'm bringing. I severely overpacked for summer, but I'm like an overpacker. I'm a chronically overpacker, so this is like as best as it's gonna get. But thank you so much for watching for my second YouTube video ever. It was definitely a journey. It was definitely a fail, but it's still a book that's readable. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching until the end. Bye.